Hey, good morning, sewing friends. So I want to share a fun project today where I took a pair of knit pants. These are a pair of Liz Claiborne knit pants, sweater knit pants that I bought at the thrift store for $3.99. And I added some really fun accents to the lower leg, aka Adidas style stripes to these pants. And I want to show you how I did it because it was super simple. So first of all, the pants cost $3.99 at Goodwill, and they're a sweater pant. So they're a wide leg sweater pant. I took some single fold bias tape. I'll show you here. And I used Seam a Steam, which is fusible web that you press down, and then when you press it with your iron, it adheres permanently in place. Now the seam of steam I use is narrow, so it didn't quite cover the whole width of this. If you got wider seam of seam, this could be a completely no-sew project. But I used the narrow one, so really what I was doing is just holding it in place until I could actually stitch them down. And then I laid each one down. I basically went around the pant leg like that, and then at the edge, I folded under the edges and stitched them. So super simple. Also, this is bias tape, so you don't even have to fold under the edges. I just did fold under the edges, but you don't really even have to. So now I have a really great pair of designer track pants that are normally like, I don't know, over $100, I think, on the website. So now I have a pair of designer track pants for $3.99 and the cost of a package of bias tape. Now this bias tape I've had, I got it thrifted. Actually, I got it gifted from someone else's stash. So I don't even think I paid for it. So that for me was cheap and free. I also took some leftover pieces. You know, I made it a little longer when I was cutting them out. And I took these leftover pieces and I added them to the other hip in front, just as a little design accent. So you've got one on one side and one on the other. And I love the waistband on these. I did have to tighten up the elastic in the back because they were a little bit too big on me, but I love it. It looks great with a tucked in turtleneck, you know, something a slimmer fit, like a Nico turtleneck, for example. I'll post some links to some other ones that I think are really cute. But this was a super easy upcycled project that very, very rewarding. Took me about, I don't know, 30 minutes at the most to get all that in place. And I've already worn these a couple times. In fact, I was going to wear these today, but I wanted to be able to show you on the video. So that is a really fun way you can upcycle stuff. Now I want to talk a little bit about upcycling caring for clothes, because I think this is a really important message, particularly right now. So fashion contributes to about, it's some really large number, like 20% of global warming is with fast fashion. And we're about to enter a time, at least here in the United States, where we are going to have elevated tariffs, which will mean the cost of our clothing goes way, way up. Now, one of the ways that you can combat that is to shop secondhand and upcycle. We're also going to be seeing, we've also been seeing a good deal of pressure, even in the luxury side of the market, with people not spending money on clothing. And that's a good thing, because we already have enough clothing on this planet to cover all of us like 6 times over. So we really don't need any more clothing. And the efforts that marketers, I'm a marketer, the efforts that marketers use to sell us new things just simply fuels that fire. So how can we create fun things and do it in an economic way? Well, you can thrift it. You can sew it yourself, although the cost of fabric will also go up because very little fabric is made in the United States. I think there's only one mill, Vidalia Mills, which makes denim, that is American grown, American milled, American spun cotton made into denim. It is also very expensive denim, but you can find it. My local fabric store, for example, carries it. And if you're looking to make a really wonderful pair of jeans, that would, or a jacket or something, that would be the fabric that I would use. But the fact of the matter is, 100% of almost 100% of our fabric is made overseas. And with the coming tariffs, which happened last time as well, with the coming tariffs, we are definitely going to see some increased cost. Now, by the way, this is happening all over the world, not just in the United States. Lots of companies are putting up tariffs. There's really a movement more towards a protectionist economic mood right now. And as a globe, we're moving in that direction. So it's going to cost more for us to import clothing and other goods into this country. And you're going to have to take care of the things you have unless you want to spend a ton of money. But that's also really good for the planet. I think what it's going to do is force all of us into buying less and taking care of what we have. So with that, go to your local thrift store, find yourself. I've found lots of pairs of these like sweater pants or sweatpant type of things that it would also work with sweatpants. I found lots of these at the thrift store. So this is definitely within your reach. Grab yourself some bias tape, go ahead and stick these down, iron them in place. If you want to do a no-sew option, just buy the wider steam-a-seam. That's what it's called. It's two-sided. It's got a little paper tape on it. Buy the little wider part and then just press this on, and then you won't even have to sew it. If you're using the narrower one just to hold it in place, you will have to sew the edges, and I think sewing the edges is a little bit more secure anyway. So that's how I did this project. It was super fun, very rewarding, and I've already gotten lots of compliments on these pants for $3.99, you guys. So go forth, conquer, sew something fun.